Hello, this is Lorraine, and welcome to my channel. On today's edition of Soul Light Solutions, I wanted to talk to you about trusting the universe, trusting spirit, that the universe always has your back. And I am the first person to be able to acknowledge that this human journey is not for the faint of heart. But what I've come to understand truly is that events are not happening to us. They're really happening for us. And when we start to change our perspective, that we're able to navigate the challenges that rise up in our life, that we're always given the strength and the resources that we need in order to be able to persevere. And I can say this through my own personal experience. I can say this through reflecting upon my own personal journey. And I can see this from observing other journeys, that I can say truly that the universe has our back. And when we're experiencing life, it's important to remember that we are indeed divine beings having a human experience. And if you're at the place in your mind where you're not entirely sure or believing that you're a divine being, that's okay. First, we must come to the understanding that we are a soul. We don't have a soul. We don't possess a soul. We are souls. We are made of this matter that is without beginning and without end. You always have been, and you always will be. Even quantum physics will demonstrate that energy cannot be destroyed, but it can only change form. And then if we can accept that we are indeed a soul, incarnated in this physical form, experiencing this existence that we call human life, then we can start to consider, start to contemplate why these experiences are happening. What is exactly this journey of life? And I know from a spiritual point of view that life is all about growth. Life is all about navigating through lessons in order to be able to grow and expand and raise our consciousness. Because through each lesson or experience, we garner knowledge, we garner wisdom. And through that, we're also able to trust that we have the tools and the resources in order to be able to navigate through these experiences. And what the goal is to be able to really to evolve. It's an evolution of consciousness. But in order to evolve, one has to be able to go through certain experiences. And for some people, it may be more readily acceptable to look at our lives as that we're conscious beings. But in order to expand or raise our consciousness, we have to be able to have experiences. So I believe truly in a divine plan. I believe that the Creator created us, created all of our experience. And in that creation, there is a plan for existence. And this has been the contemplation of sages and mystics and enlightened ones, masters that have gone before us, to be able to have an understanding of what this plan is. And we can glean insights, have these moments of revelations in these periods of time where our mind is not occupied. So we'll have these flashes of insights that will literally give us this moment of realization. And the more that we realize, the more that we evolve in our consciousness, the more that we come to understand that we have a great, unlimited amount of power to be able to access. But that power, that ability is filtered through our conscious human mind. And so it remains sort of deep, deep in the recesses of our mind, this power. And through experiences, we're able to gather tools or resources in order to be able to strengthen our experience. And the more tools that we gather, the more confident that we are in our abilities to be able to navigate our earthly experience. But what's important to remember is that the universe, that spirit, is really a part of us, that we are not separate from what we perceive as the world around us, that we're all connected, and that we are, in fact, experiencing or residing within the mind of God, within the mind of the Creator. And the ability to be able to access even more tools or more abilities, more awareness, that's just a matter of being able to tap into. Because if we're made in the image of our Creator, then that means truly that we have all of the abilities of our Creator. Everything, the ability to heal, the ability to know, the ability to be able to manifest whatever it is that we desire. It's just a matter of being able to access that. And how we access that is through increased awareness or an elevation of consciousness. But we're only able to arrive at that through the experiences that we have. These challenges that we have in life are really meant to be able to shake up our foundations and shake up our reality in order to be able to access these deeper parts of ourselves so that we can grow and strengthen our spiritual understanding, and as a result, gather more spiritual tools. And so when we start to be able to switch our perspectives from this is happening to me and why is this happening to me, it's important to be able to understand that this is really meant to be a catalyst for growth. It's an initiation of sorts to be able to pass through a certain gate of spiritual understanding. Now, that doesn't mean that these experiences that we have are easy. Not at all. And as we're experiencing them, they can be completely overwhelming and all-consuming. And truly, what's important to realize is that just because one's on a spiritual path does not mean that their path is easy or without obstacles. But what makes it perhaps easier to navigate is the understanding that we are spirit incarnated, and we are without beginning or end, and that we are indeed loved beyond our comprehension, and that we are part of something much, much greater than we can even begin to understand with our conscious mind. We can start to have deeper insights with this as we move our awareness down to our heart and connect with compassion and love. And as we move into our heart, we'll start to be able to connect with the higher forces around us and sense the support that we have from spirit. Now, I don't want to minimize anyone's challenges that they're having in life. And Lord knows that I have had many of my own. And I know also that there are those that have far many greater burdens than I have experienced. But even in those deepest and darkest moments, I implore you to remember that Spirit has your back, that you will indeed be able to navigate through this particular challenge, and that you have all the tools and the resources that you need in order to be able to do so. And if you do not have a particular tool or resource, that Spirit will provide that for you by means of someone else that comes into your path. So always Spirit will have your back and give you what it is that you need at the time. This is Lorraine Appleyard, and I hope that you've enjoyed listening to my discussion on our life journey and that Spirit has your back. I wish you very many blessings, and may you walk with Spirit. Bye for now.